Good morning, everybody. We're going to take the next minute and a half to allow everybody to come in, and then we'll be right at the exact 9 o'clock hour. I'm so glad you guys are all here. Now you guys get to see exactly what I like to listen to early in the morning. The description is down below and to where you can find this music. I like rockabilly music. I like bluegrass. I like everything. So nonetheless, you guys come on in as we wait for the next minute to wind down. And yeah, you guys just relax. Hello there, Truth and Broadcasting. Good morning, Charlie. Hope you brought your coffee out. Alrighty. Good morning, Hopkinson. Oh, you know what? You poor, poor, wretched soul. I hope that you'll be okay. You'll be okay, Alfred. Alfred. I feel so bad for Alfred. Actually, Alfred, I just invited you guys over to my channel. This is what I do on my channel. And now that I know that you don't want me to do this on this channel, I'll just do it on mine because I don't want to bother anyone. Well, we have a lot of great news to get into today, but unfortunately, Alfred, I know that you don't want to see this on this channel anymore, and honestly, that's the reason why. I wanted to make sure that I, had it balanced where you guys could see it on both channels, and so from now on in the morning, I will only do this on my channel. Did I call you? Did you just call me wretched? No, I said, wow, I think you're having a bad day. I think you're having a bad day, and it's going to be all right. But I just think that that's, pretty mean of you to be so vicious so early in the day. But anyway, you guys, I'm glad that everybody else is here. I'm even glad that we have some news that is going to be pretty amazing. Let me tell you guys what's going on. So there are a lot of things that are happening right now that I think that, it's getting so bad, it's almost comical, to be quite candid with you. It's getting so bad that it's actually comical. Sarah Brown, good morning to you. It's so good to see you. It really is good to see you. It's good to see everyone here in the chat. Let's see here. Wow. There you go. There you go. You'll be all right. There you go. All right. Well, it's just I want to make sure that everybody is here and that we're all pleased with each other and that everything is good, but I don't think we can worry about that. Anyway, you guys, let's get into some news this morning. Wow. Okay. I don't even know where to start, but I will just tell you that what I have found, it's some of the stuff is so amazing that it's past funny, because it's like, what planet have we landed on? However, this is what I want to do. I want to come over here and close this out right quick, just so that I can get you guys to see this. and hello, full screen to everybody. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Let me love on y'all first of all. Because, Charlie Sigler has been in here early this morning. Truth Broadcasting, hello. I enjoy looking at your channel, Truth Broadcasting. Just so that you guys know, anybody who makes a comment on the channel, I try to go to your channel and look at it. I try to promote you if you're live and you've got a small number. I'll make sure that I share it with everybody. And hey, everybody's not for everybody. So remember, when I'm sharing, they're a subscriber of ours, and if they're live and they're struggling and their channel is small, why not share? It might be for somebody, may not, who knows. But I have gone over to your channel. Alrighty. Yes, good morning. Hopkinson, good morning. Let's see. Netta, hi. Susie, hello. And of course, Sarah. We have Cat. Cat Scratch Fever. Okay. All right. And we have Christopher. Hi, Christ. Christ Soldier, how have you been? It's good to see you. Green Leaf. Okay. All right. Let's see. Newton Jr. and Truth. All right, you guys. Here, let's get into this news because I want to tell you, I saw some stuff and I said, well, I think everybody would like it. Here we go. Can you believe this? Deborah, how are you? Look at that. Now, I don't know about you, but I used to love Nordstrom, and I used to shop at Nordstrom, and Nordstrom was my place to hang out. Nordstrom, I used to even like to go inside of Nordstrom and eat inside of the, hey, Dub, and William, good morning. But I used to go inside of the Nordstrom and actually eat. They had a restaurant at the one in California. I worked in California. I worked at several Nordstroms, but I loved the store. Very shishi lala. And apparently 80 people just ransacked the one in San Francisco. Cannot believe that. 80 people just ransacked it. Lori J, good morning. It's so good to see you. And Melvin Thomas, good morning to you, kind sir. Truth Broadcasting said, anybody told you yet how beautiful you are yet today, Felicia? No. You and this channel are both beautiful. You brighten up my day. I'm so happy. And that all goes to our Father in heaven. All glory goes to him. You know why? Because he allowed us to wake up and see another day. But look, you guys, I want to read this. Let's get into this story, shall we? I really want to get into this because, again, I think that it's just part and parcel of what's going on. 3 arrested after 80 people ransacked a Nordstrom store in California in a mass smash and grab loot run, the police say. Well, there they go. Mass and scrap and taking off with stuff that don't belong to them. A bunch of people who are entitled. How are you entitled to somebody else's stuff? Police say that roughly 80 people carried out a mass looting at a Nordstrom store near San Francisco. Video from the scene show that people dashed out of the store. They got out of the car, they went in the store, they got what they wanted to get, and then they ran back out and got inside of some getaway cars. The local police department confirmed the arrests of 3 people over the incident. First of all, I don't think if I were the police, I would have even said that we caught 3 people, because 3 people out of 80 is not good. Here's what they did. They blocked the entry. They blocked the whole entire lane. And as you know, if you've been to Nordstrom, if it's in a very busy area, it's pretty packed. But to sit right in front of one of their doors, that should alert somebody immediately. Mall security, police, somebody. But 80 folks, they did get 3. So anyway, it says that the police say that a Nordstrom store in San Francisco, was overrun by dozens of looters Saturday night who tore through the department store and grabbed merchandise and fled to waiting cars. About 80 of those were thought to be involved in what the law enforcement is now calling the smash and grab incident in Walnut Creek, a city that's in northeast of Oakland. Now, the police department, in connection to the incident, said during a press release that the police have identified 3 of the suspects, a lady named Dana Dawson, Joshua Underwood, who's 32, Dana's 30, and of San Francisco, and Rodney, who's 18. 18. The police are investigating what is clearly a planned event. Here, let me just stop this. I don't even want to read the rest of it. Let me just get down to the nuts and bolts. They are trying their best to completely tear San Francisco down. Here's the thing. In San Francisco, if you steal something and it's about less than, what is it, you guys, less than $900? Less than $900? you're not going to go to jail. They're not arresting people. Now, I don't know exactly if this was just the Louis Vuitton store or if it was just the Nordstrom store that's a jail. I don't know what it was. But I did see them ransacking a Louis Vuitton store, which means that all of them cats should be going to jail if it was the Louis Vuitton store. Because Louis Vuitton, hello, you can get one handbag, Louis Vuitton, and you're done. You can get a wallet at Louis Vuitton and you're done. So they should be in jail. But this right here is being done to distract us. They're doing all of these little bitty stories to distract us. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look. Oh no, not this cat. I don't want to take a look at this cat. But let's let it play. Now, I like that doggy. So I just feel like, hey, you guys are doing this. You're distracting us, but you're allowing these people to go in here and rob. We're going to get into some more stuff too. Here we go.
Francisco's Union Square. Now you're in Walnut Creek this morning with a very similar story. 24 hours ago, we were talking to you in San Francisco's Union Square. This morning with a very similar story.
Yeah, very, very similar indeed. And people around here say they saw probably somewhere around 50 to 80 people rushing into this Nordstrom here at some point last night. Exactly how much did they steal is what we still don't know. Now, I want to show you some video of the scene from last night. This is near Broadway Plaza, packed with police cars. The store closing its doors for the day at 9 o'clock at night. Officers confirmed the looting started just before then. And we heard from people at a nearby restaurant, probably about 50 feet away, worried about whether the crime would extend across the street.
I had to start locking the front door, lock the back door, because you never know. If they're just right there, they could come right in here. It was crazy for a second. All the guests inside were getting concerned. It was a scary scene for a moment.
They have like loot in their hands and all?
Oh yeah, no, people had boxes, bags. Oh yeah. It was a crazy scene.
So far, we haven't seen any evidence of a violent break-in here. No broken or shattered windows, likely because the store was still open for business at the time. Police have confirmed they've made arrests last night. We are noticing some patrol officers on the scene this morning, likely hoping to make a presence known today. We're live this morning in Walnut Creek. I'm James Torres, KTVU, Fox 2 News.
James, thank you.
So there is that. What do you guys think of that? I just think that it's insane, the things that are going on right now. I just think that is absolutely insane. Talk about insanity. We've got another story, and I want you guys to get a load of this one. This one is, you expect for your police officers to protect and serve. You expect for them to handle their business and to appropriately detain people, right? Let's look at this. Watch this. You want them to appropriately detain folks. Wait till you guys see this. This poor sheriff. And look at this. He actually got sued for reporting illegal alien criminals to ICE. Can you believe that? Let's see what this has to say. So, in a distressing sign of the times, the official elected to enforce the law in a major U.S. county is being sued for transferring illegal immigrant criminals to federal authorities, collaborating with the feds rather than releasing illegal alien offenders back into the community compounds, racial disparities in policing, immigration, and criminal justice system, in which Black and Latinx communities are disproportionately targeted for arrest, it says. Detention and deportation as well. At least that is what the leftist and civil rights groups would like for you to believe and to think in the claims that they filed this most recent week. Okay? The scary part is that the local law enforcement agency will probably lose the legal battle because the entire state is a sanctuary for illegal immigrants, and officials an official measure have been enacted to protect the undocumented from deportation. The defendant in this case is the Sacramento County Sheriff Scott Jones. He is currently serving his third term as the cop in the central California county of around 1.6 million people. Now, that includes the state's capital. Jones and his agency are accused of violating the California sanctuary state law, okay, for reporting illegal immigrants jailed for committing local crimes. Now, even though they are illegal and they are reporting it to the Immigration and Custom Enforcement, according to California's rules, that's not what they're supposed to do. Huh. Wow. Upon completion of their sentence, this is what's supposed to go on. So anyway, it goes on to say that the offenders are eligible to return to their home and communities in the United States, but instead are enduring cruel double punishment, according to the California Civil Liberties Union, or the ACLU attorney, Sean Reardon. Now, Sean Reardon filed a complaint on behalf of the illegal immigrants in Sacramento. The Sacramento County Sheriff, the anti-immigrant agenda harms the community. That's what the ACLU says. The ACLU says that their anti-immigrant agenda harms the community. Boy, lollipop suckers. Okay, so among the plaintiffs in the lawsuit is a 26-year-old Mexican national, Michelle Fefe, who has lived in Sacramento area illegally since he was a young child. After serving 6 weeks, a 6-week sentence for assault and battery at a county facility called Rio Consumes Correctional Center, he was transferred to ICE and is fighting deportation to Mexico, where the ACLU points out he doesn't know or have anyone in his family there. Another plaintiff, identified by the initial MAA, was arrested for driving under the influence of alcohol without a license. The following day, the Sacramento County Sheriff's Office turned him over to ICE and was permanently separated from his family in Sacramento. Now, that's what the complaint states. The rest of the plaintiffs include 3 other illegal immigrants arrested by the agency for driving under the influence of alcohol and not exactly pillars of the community. The lawsuit alleges that sheriff's officials unlawfully transfer immigrants to ICE after they've completed their county jail sentences. Can I come over here and ask you guys a quick question? Is it just me? Or are we living in the Twilight Zone? I don't know how that's a problem. I just don't know how that's an issue. I don't get it. We are upside down world. What do you guys think about this? Let me see what you guys have to say. Because to me, I think we're totally living in an upside down world. Okay, cold and hungry people, what will they do? I can only imagine. Less than 1,000, we're living in a bad dream. Yeah, we are. Distraction faction, you got it, girl. The lawless one is manifesting. Oh, yes, he's beyond that. Beyond that. Simple Johnny, how are you today? It's so good to see you. Yeah, I'm like totally not getting it. Off topic, but who are you? Who gave you the right to take over? You know, honey, I don't know what's the problem. Let me come back on the screen, and I do want to address this. I shouldn't, but I should, because it's apparently bothering people. You'll be okay, all right? I'm glad that you're here. You're welcome to join in with us and just watch, and we'll all welcome you, okay? So nonetheless, we have to look at the fact that this is our country, and in tandem with being our country, we're literally setting up laws that make others who come here feel comfortable. Meanwhile, you're still paying and footing the bill for every single thing that goes on in your state, your city, your county, everywhere. You're still footing the bill. The one thing that I have as a story for us today as well is the fact that we have to look at what's going on with the $450,000. Now, I said a few days ago that I thought maybe it would not be that exact amount, but I do think that it's going to be a large enough amount to where these folks will be compensated. But for what? I've never seen anything like this in my life. But this poor gentleman is now being sued. Dozens of cities throughout the nation have passed sanctuary measures to shield illegal immigrants, but only 11 states have enacted blanket lawsuits. Besides California, they include Colorado, Connecticut, Illinois, Massachusetts, New Jersey, New Mexico, New York, Oregon, Vermont, and Washington. Additionally, and growing numbers of leftist officials running local governments refuse to participate in a federal-local partnership known as the 287G. Now, this notifies ICE of jailed inmates in the county. Now, wait a minute. If somebody commits a crime in one county and they're wanted in another, don't they extradite legal citizens like that? I think so. I think if you're a legal citizen, if this is where you were born and you're a citizen and you commit a crime, that when you're done serving your time in that area, then they can send you to the next place. But these laws do not work for anybody else. Here's what's happening. Our country is rewriting our laws and our Constitution by way of precedents. By way of precedents. That's what they're doing. Because if they can prove that somebody else got away with something in another area, all they're going to do is just tweak it. And then they're going to cite this particular case the next time they want to make it through. That's what I think is happening. That's what, and it's totally bananas right now. This is totally bananas. But you know what? I was talking to a very, very good friend, some of which you all may know. And I just got through telling him, I was like, you know what I'm going to start doing? I'm just going to start speaking out against it, and whatever happens, happens, because I honestly feel as if we don't speak out, then we're just as bad as those who are doing it. And we're condoning it by not speaking out, because what they want us to do is be in so much fear and so much anguish that we do not say anything. And thereby not saying anything and not making a protest of it, verbally or otherwise, what we're doing is accepting this kind of terrible stuff. So what everyone should do, which is what I've done in the past and what I will do again, and this is what I was telling my friend yesterday, that I'm just going to get together and put everything that I can, everybody's list of their states together, and put all the phone numbers for people for you guys to reach. Heck, he said that he just calls the White House. He said if you get enough calls, maybe that'll change something. But I'm thinking, you know what? We should just go on ahead and start calling every single day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and come back and say what happened when you called. Because if these folks that everyone is voting and sending to Washington can't fix this, something's wrong. And no, we already know that it's so far gone that, you know, we just have to let it happen. However, it may just do that. But at least we said something, and at least we did something. What do you guys think about that? Yeah. At least we did something. Okay, so Ryan says, what I've noticed when I ask people if they think it's okay or not, usually those people don't understand that without tax dollars, the government has no money. Bingo. 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 That's it. There is something we can do. Yes, we know that things have to go a certain way, but bingo. This has been going on since before Obama under different programs. They were told not to tell us. Yes, absolutely right. Good morning, Felicia. How are you, John Moses Browning? Yes, we need to be the greasy wheel now. That's absolutely right. I believe that we need to be the ones that are calling, making those calls. Because you know what? We already know that it's the big guys doing X, Y, or Z with all the money. But here's the deal. Us knowing that doesn't change anything. Because we could never get to the big guy in the first place. You know what I'm saying? We could never get to the big guy. But what we can do is we can let these folks know, hey, listen, if you're enforcing X, Y, or Z, we're not shopping with you. If we picked like Target or whatever store, I'm just using as an example. If we picked one specific store and we said, okay, this is the store. This is what happened. This person couldn't go shopping because of X, Y, or Z. And then we say, all right, everybody, if this is an experience that you've had and this is something that you've dealt with, let's all call and let them know, hey, we're real people. We're not AI. We're real people. We're not some fake, robo-caller. We're real humans that spend real bucks. Okay? We're letting you know that if this is how you're doing your X, Y, or Z, we don't want anything to do about it. What I would like to do is to start with these commercials. Because I can't even watch a program without some of these commercials just going way over the top.com, making suggestions that will change our grandchildren and children forever. But then again, I digress. I think I've had it. 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 One true self, good morning to you. I think I've had it. I really do, because it's just too much. But we may not be able to get to the really big billionaires or any of those people, but we can definitely deal with the people whose money depends on us. Most assuredly we can. Most assuredly we can. Yes, we can do that. And that's what we should do. Yes, ma'am, they sure do export legal citizens from state to state and sometimes out of the country if other places want you. So I think what happened was we didn't start speaking up as a collective when we saw these things changing. We didn't start speaking up as a collective then, but now we can, because we already know where this is going. And so I feel like this. If you're on a manifest or a list, then they know who you are anyway. So what is it going to hurt us to say, hey, I'm not buying your this or that, or I'm not dealing with your this or that if you don't change this. Hey, if you're a voter, I'm not voting for you, and I'm going to get a whole bunch of people that I know not to vote for you. I belong to three groups, and we're all going to start calling you. We're going to let you know we don't agree with this. You better get back in line with the laws of this land. You better get back in line with the laws that we have set forth in our county, in our state, in our city. You can start with the mayor. You can start with your local councilman. You can start with any of those individuals. You can. They're trying to shut you down right now so that you don't even say anything about the stuff that's going on with your children in school. And who gives them the right to say that? You have a right to say anything you want to protect your child while they're in school. You sure do. You sure do. You've got that right. Yes, you do. Now, speaking of money, let's get to the money, honey. Let's get to the money, honey. Let's get to the money, baby. You see my Louisiana and my Mississippi coming out in me, baby. Okay, come on, let's get to the money of it all. There we go. Let me show you this. We're going to read this story together. All right, so days after the climate talks, companies bid $192 million in the first Gulf oil sale under Biden. In New Orleans, energy companies including Shell, BP, Chevron, and ExxonMobil offered a combined $192 million, million with an M, not a B, not a T. Wow, that's nothing. Anyway, a combined $192 million for drilling rights on federal oil and gas reserves in the Gulf of Mexico. On Wednesday, as the first government lease auction under President Joe Biden laid bare the hurdles he faces to reach the climate goals dependent on deep cuts in fossil fuel emissions. This is getting out of hand as well. Nonetheless, here let's go. The auction came after the attorneys general from the Republican state successfully sued the federal court to lift a suspension on federal oil and gas sales that Biden imposed when he took office. Companies bids on 308 tracts, totaling nearly 2,700 square miles, during a virtual auction hosted by the Interior Department Bureau of the Ocean Energy Management. It marked the largest total acreage and the second highest bid total from a government auction since the Gulf-wide bidding resumed in 2017. Driving the heightened interest are a rebound in oil prices and uncertainty about the future of the government leasing program after Biden campaigned on pledges to end drilling on federally owned lands and waters, which includes the Gulf. Industry analysis has said. Now, the prices are higher now than they've been since 2018, and Renee Santos with the S&P Global Platts. They continue with the other thing is the fear that the Biden administration is here for another 3 years. I don't know what gave them that fear. Let me tell you something. I don't vote. But for that to stop, to prevent that from happening, I'd have to dust off the old voting card. To prevent that from happening, I'd have to try to go blow off the dust off that card. So it says that it seems like the Biden administration is going to be here for another 3 years. They're certainly not going to accelerate the number of lease sales, that they could potentially have fewer sales. It will take 2 years to develop the leases before the companies start pumping crude. That means that they could be producing long past 2030, when scientists said that the world needs to be well on their way to cutting greenhouse gas emissions. Well, of course, because the scientists are God. They're God. They created this place. They ought to know. Trust the science. So anyway, it says, so gas and emissions to avoid the catastrophic climate change. Lord have mercy. And yet these are the same folks who have companies that make gigantic plastic containers full of liquid laundry detergent and all this other stuff. You can't just put it in a paper bag, not a paper bag, but a box. Boxes were better. What's up with that? Oh, don't. The contradiction of it all. Let's just go through the contradiction of it all. Just drives me bad. So anyway, yet even as Biden has tried to cajole other world leaders to strengthen international efforts against global warming, including at this month's climate talks in Scotland, he had a difficulty gaining ground on climate issues at home. The administration last week proposed another round of oil and gas lease sales in 2022 in Montana, Wyoming, Colorado, and other western states. The Interior Department officials proceeded despite concluding the burning of the fuels that could lead to billions of dollars in potential future climate damages. This stuff is just crazy. Emissions from burning and extracting fossil fuels, and there are no fossils. Y'all think I'm crazy, don't you? There's no fossils. It's not about no fossils. This is something else. This is what's been here. So all the world under us is nothing but a bunch of dinosaur? Okay. I believe that we are just an ore-rich planet. Ore-rich. Check that out, okay? Because that's the truth. We are an ore-rich, not necessarily from fossils, but we are just an ore-rich planet. Anyway, emissions from burning and extracting fossil fuels from public lands and waters account for about a quarter of the U.S. carbon dioxide emissions, according to the U.S. Geological Survey. Quote, the thing that is really bedeviling people right now is this conflict between the short term and the long term when it comes to energy policy. This comes from Jim Crane, an energy studies fellow at Rice University in Houston. He continues, we still need this energy system that is basically causing climate change, even as we're fighting climate change. Wednesday's live stream auction invited energy companies to bid on drilling leases across 136,000 square miles, about twice the area of Florida. Federal officials estimated prior to the sale that it could lead to the production of up to 1.1 billion barrels of oil and 4.4 trillion cubic feet of natural gas. Shell, the largest leaseholder in the Gulf, said that leases that the company successfully bid on could offer development opportunities near existing platforms or new areas. Quote, regardless of today's outcome, the need absolutely continues for continued competitive leases in the U.S. Gulf of Mexico, and this comes from Shell's spokesperson, Cindy Babsky. Environmental reviews for the sale conducted under the President Donald Trump and affirmed under Biden reached an unlikely conclusion. Extracting and burning fuel would result in fewer greenhouse gases than leaving it. I'm going to stop right there. But if you guys remember the other day, we just got through seeing the other day as we read, we found that there were 2 other countries, as an example, that were definitely saying, we're going to keep on ramping up our oil. We're going to keep ramping up our production of coal and our usage thereof. And that was 2 countries. One was China. The other one was Mexico. Just let that sink in. Meanwhile, we're the ones who are totally ramping up doing all of this. We're the only ones that are doing this. I mean, everybody else, of course, is doing it. But as far as we are concerned, we're the only ones that are just focused on dead set getting rid of jobs, getting rid of the oil, wondering why the oil prices are so high, and you're the one that's going around making sure that nobody is able to do anything as it relates to oil. He just closed down one pipeline while they weren't even finished, were they? I don't think they were finished. This guy is amazing. This, again, because I didn't vote for him, I can say whatever I want. This guy's amazing. He's absolutely amazing. How about this whole climate change conversation? It's funny to me. It's funny to me because they make all of these products in these big old plastic containers. We didn't make them. How about the people in California with the plastic straw thing? They had the plastic straw debacle. If you get caught giving a plastic straw to a patron, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to jail. They're the ones that make the gigantic plastic containers. They're the ones who offer the straws. They are the ones who make it. If they're so concerned, leave us alone and clean up your own front porch. Stop putting all of the stuff inside of these gigantic jugs. You got plastic jugs for milk, plastic jugs for water, and all of the plastic for water is not healthy. Put it back in the glass where it belongs. I used to like getting my deposit back when I bought something. I used to buy, when I was a little kid, we used to collect all our bottles in the neighborhood, and then we would, after we go swimming, we would take a little money from our spoils. We would take our little money, and we would get, after we'd swim, we'd sit there and eat our little popsicles or whatever that we'd purchase after going and turning in all the bottles. Let's turn in the bottles. Let's use glass again. What's the problem? You guys are the ones that are making all this stuff without the plastic. If you want to just make it really finite and just deal with one topic this week, let's take this one topic this week. Stop making all of the milk jugs in plastic. How about that? How about that? How about stop making all of the washing powder that we used to use in boxes? When it used to have Bold, when it used to have Drift and all those topics, they probably still have those products. But how about quit putting that inside of plastic? How about that? Leave us the heck alone. We're going to drive our cars. We want to drive our cars. Leave us alone. You can't even find a box of laundry detergent anymore. You really got to search high and low. Unless you're going to go buy a big bag of Ariel or something like that. But y'all are the ones that's putting everything in plastic. And the water has all kinds of stuff in that plastic that they're putting in, all kinds of poisons. And you guys are amazed with them. Oh, we got to save the fish. We got to save the ocean. We got to save everybody. Well, look here. All of the water bottles have something going on in them. Every one of them. They got some poison that's in them. You guys are amazing. Such contradictories. Just contradictory. You're just contradictory. You know, I remember when I stayed in Germany several years ago, and I was pregnant, and I had gone into false labor. My husband had to take me to the hospital. And I went into false labor simply because my stomach, I was, what is it called? I was dehydrated. And so what they did is there was a spring there, and they had spring water that would come through to the hospital when I was in Germany. So they rehydrated me, but I went to the store after that. My husband went to the store after that, and he got like cases and cases of that water. The water was in a regular carton. It was in just like a regular paper carton, like an old-fashioned carton of milk, half a gallon of milk. Even a half a gallon of milk these days comes inside of plastic. And here y'all come telling us about some climate change. You come telling us about recycling. Are we stupid? We not stupid. Y'all stupid. I mean, you really, this thing is getting out of hand. The lunatics have taken over the asylum, and I suggest that we're gonna have to get busy with it. We're gonna have to get busy. The lunatics have taken over the asylum, and if we got to go down, we may as well go down with a fight. We may as well go down letting them know what's good. Angela, how are you today, sister? It's good to see you. Okay? We need to just go down with a fight. Sarah Brown says, imagine if we used glass instead of plastic. Instead of the toxic floating plastic islands, we'd have beautiful sea glass. That's right. Climate change, they need to pull the plug on the volcanoes and all the volcanoes. And then, they got the big tectonic plates just to shake it in any direction they wanted to. They really do. They can do whatever they want to do with those tectonic plates and all the rest of that stuff. They can do anything that they want to do. And you guys, and it's so amazing to me that our tax dollars pays for a lot of the stuff, but they don't want us to talk about it. They don't want us to say nothing about it. They want us to be quiet and take it. Everybody wants us to just sit back and pretend like we don't see it. No, I do not see that falling from the sky. I am just going to sit here and I'm going to pretend like I do not see that falling from the sky. What is that falling from the sky? Don't say anything, everybody. Just be quiet. It's on you. It's on me. It's getting on me. But you can't say nothing. Dude, bye. These jokers got to go. I'm sorry. I am so sorry. And then the other day, what really got me upset, and no more selling water inside of plastic. Exactly, Simple Johnny. I tell you what got me upset the other day. What really got me upset the other day was when I did that story where we were talking about those seasonings. Because people are trying to stay away from the garbage. You just got to bug everybody. Pinky in the brain. Pinky in the brain got to bug everybody. Oh, I feel like I'm on a rant this morning, and I'm sorry. I don't mean to be on a rant. But Pinky in the brain got to be checked, baby. They got to be checked. I really honestly feel like Pinky and the Brain got to be checked. I mean, it's like they just had a meeting and it was like, hall monitors of the world unite. Hall monitors of the world unite. We've got to stop these people from having the freedom of thought. And we have to make sure that every single football player that picked on us is going to pay and they're going to suffer. And all the pretty girls who wouldn't date us when we were in the 11th grade, oh, she's going to rue the day. Pinky and the Brain, I tell you. Pinky and the Brain trying to take over everything. Pinky and the Brain trying to take over everything. Good old-fashioned borax still comes in a cardboard box. You know what, Sarah? Not only that, we better double-check that the borax is the borax. That's what we need to do. Solar cycles are what's causing the climate changes, including the global cooling we're seeing now. You see, Robert Ingram says S&P in Scotland took all the COP26 plots. They never mention the new oil field they want to open. Use a filter at home and use your own water. No more plastic bottles. I'm telling you, Marty Lauderdale, I'm telling you. We can buy water cans. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what is really going on? We need to just let this go. Let it go. Quit bugging us about this. Christy says, soon we won't have water to drink because of pollution, and that's why they talk about the climate while they destroy the water. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We need to quit. I'm not going to be a party to your crap. Do whatever you got to do, baby, but I'm not going to be a party to it. I see you. You don't think I see you? Them big old bozo shoes coming from behind that tree. You don't think I see you? I see you. I see you. I see you. I do. And I don't like it at all. He's doing all this deliberately to bring the people to their knees. The more desperate people get, the more compliant they will become. Yep. It's in the hands of God. Amen. Geoengineering. Ford designed a hemp car. Steel industry blocked it. Hemp. Okay. Fracking all those is irresponsible and God is going to be angry. Fracking for it, okay? Good morning. All right. What I want to know is why commercial airline fuel is $417, yet Supreme gasoline is $5.15, and now diesel can even be more with that, with less refining it takes to make it. That is something else. What are we going to do today, Pinky? We're going to take over the world. We're going to take over the world. Every single girl that did not want to date you, don't you worry. I'm going to make sure that you can get back at her. And all of those guys that stuck you inside of your locker, they're all going to rue the day that they pulled your pants and gave you a wedgie. So tired of these folks, I don't know what to do. Truth is church for me, Simple Johnny says. Truth is church for me. Hello, Oz. Actually, the real reason hemp and cannabis were made illegal is because it was a forerunner to everything petroleum and trees could do. Plastic from hemp, cannabis can be recycled. You see? All I know is Ryan Jeffrey. That's funny. Okay. The CARES Act that Trump passed is kicking in. It takes 12 to 18 months for inflation to hit from these super bills. Okay, exactly why I get all of my water from a zero water filter. You better work it out. No, it was. What are we going to do today, Brian? It was Pinky that asked that, unless they change that too. Hemp could be a solution. They made sales and furniture from it. They don't want no solution. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem. That they don't want a solution because they got a solution. Here's the solution. Stay out of my house. Stay out of educating my kids. Leave me alone with my food. I don't want your poison in my chicken. I don't want a chicken that looks like a turkey after 4 weeks after it's been born. I don't want to have vegetables that are laden with all the garbage that you got coming from the sky. So leave my vegetables alone. Leave my grain alone. Take all of your herb-bearing seeds, your seeds that don't bear any herbs, take them. Get all the real seeds out your big old seed house, out of your Noah Ark type seed house. Take all the real ones, take all of them out, and put all your fake ones in there, you and your family. Y'all go run eat that. Leave the heirlooms and all the regular stuff to us. Okay? Leave our land alone. Why don't y'all just go back, get on whatever boat, ship, aircraft, whatever it is you came here from. Whatever donkey you rode in here on. Y'all go on, get on all y'all stuff, and carry your rumps back where you came from. Because clearly, this is not our country no more. That's how I feel. I don't want to have anything to do with this mess anymore. I'm really tired of, and for me to really talk about it, yeah, I'm disgusted, and I really don't. I don't care. I'm not feared of you. I'm not feared of no human that can harm my body. I'm not feared. You can use hemp to make plastic, and it won't harm us or the environment. You see that? You know that cartoon? The climate thing is gaining speed. That's because they're trying to put all them old raggedy cars that's going to have us looking like, I told you guys, it's going to be 2 man enter, 1 man leave, the Thunderdome. That's what we're going to be in a minute. We're going to be looking just like the Thunderdome in a second. Every single one of us. Every single one of us. We're going to be looking like a character out the Thunderdome. No lights. They're going to have rolling blackouts. They're going to have all these cars sitting on the side of the road because they just couldn't get no further because of the rolling blackouts. Something is always going to happen. Something is going to happen. Something is going to happen. I promise you. Something's going to happen. I promise you. You're going to get all of these electric cars. All electric cars. Okay? You're going to get rid of everything. All right? You're going to get rid of everything. But all these electric cars, you're going to have cars lining up and down the highway that look like gigantic paperweights. And you're going to be driving down back and forth seeing all these beautiful cars not able to go any further because something is going to happen. Do you remember when Tesla first brought out their cars and they were just like, poof, all over the place? They were all over the place. All over the place. There's another story. Bombshell Cuomo report. Who cares about Cuomo? Go away, you actor. They were lighting up like a firework. They were lighting up like a sparkler on the 4th of July. You found those cars popping up everywhere. Poof, poof, just incinerating, just sitting at the light. You sitting at the light thinking that you jamming because you got a Tesla. Hey, I got me a Tesla. Come on, light, turn green so I can take off and let everybody around me see what's going on. Hey, you sitting there and all of a sudden, poof, be gone. Baby! I'm telling you right now, this can't end well. This cannot end well. This will not end well. I promise it won't. I'm telling you, you're going to be having rolling blackouts. It's going to be just like it is over in like a third world country where you get lights for 2 hours. 2 hours. 2 hours. More and more bikes and motorbikes. I'm sick of all these bikes and scooters all over the roads in New York. Women of Spirit says, good morning, Sarah. Electric car equals expensive yard owner. You know what, Dan Shram? I ain't playing with you this morning. I'm not playing with you this morning, Dan Shram. Oh, good Lord mercy. That was a good one, right? Right, Charlie? Right? Oh, Lord of mercy. Oh, Lord of mercy. You sitting there at the light thinking you jamming. You know what I'm saying? Wait a minute, y'all. Wait a minute. Because you know how folk, even the calmest folk, got to put their music on just a little bit louder than normal when they're at that light in that extra expensive car. So they just sitting there. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, yes, listen to that wonderful Mozart. And then all of a sudden, they're going to put their foot on the accelerator. The light turns green and poof! Whoom, 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 whoom. This is gonna be amazing, you know. And I mean, and at the rate that they're doing it right now, they don't want any of us to ever be able to even see the story, let alone tell the story. Where does the electricity to power those electric cars come from? It's not like there's a big ball of magic electricity. Sarah Brown, that's absolutely right. That's absolutely right, okay? Everybody's ever talking about save the planet, save the planet. Wait a minute, whoa, wait a minute. Wait just 1 minute. You mean to tell me I got to drive down the street in an electric vehicle? Whoa, wait a minute. If I put gas in my car, it's only going to take me a couple of minutes to fill up the tank. How long did you say? I'm going to have to wait here and charge this car? How long? Oh, no, player. You go ahead on, keep your plastic paperweight. Keep your paperweight. And then it's going to be funny because you know they're going to be them little cars that bug the heck out of you. When you're trying to get around, there's always that little bitty car that's like, I'm trying to save energy. And you're trying to get around it. But then when you get around it, you find out there's one in front of that one. But it has the nerve to be a SUV. So it's one of them little bitty SUVs. And you're like, oh my God, I can't get around. I can't get away from them. Boy, it's about to be on and popping. We're about to look like a bad episode of the Jetsons. We are about to look like a bad episode of the Jetsons. Red Fox said he didn't make that stuff, okay? This is going to be a mess, you guys. I'm telling you. Blow dryer on here. Better bring a good book to the charger station. You sure better not be in no hurry. You better not be in a hurry. Can you imagine? Oh, look at this wonderful car. Yes, I've got my hybrid. But I can't. I just cannot. Central Cali Costco regular $4.37 a gallon last week, $4.29 today. Fuel peaked. Man, I tell you, toaster Tesla. That was a funny one. They want us all to suffer a horrible death. That's their global Guidestones agenda. George Washington Carver made plastic out of peanut oil. Why can't we do that again? Would it make too much sense? Yeah, would it make too much sense for them to just back up, buddy? You know what I'm saying? No, I know what. You want to make them get away from you. Pretend this is one of those things that do this. And you just tell them, back up. This is one of these. You found one just hanging around. And you're like, back up. And they're like, okay. Calm down, sister. Calm down. You back up. You get away from me. I tell you what, you get back, buddy. One of these. And it's a live wire, baby. It's a live wire. and you just tell them, get back, or I'll use it. And they say, oh my God, watch that thing. Watch the tip of that thing. It's combustible. Woo! Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. I tell you, a bad scene. It's like a bad trip. It's like a bad trip. I'm telling you, Dan Schramm, it's a bad trip. These folks here, these folks is tripping. They really are. They are amazing. Hello, Sandy Aaron. How you doing? I'm telling you right now, it is really bad. It's gonna be like easy bake ovens. You're gonna be in the kitchen trying to make a meal for your family. It's gonna take you. And Betty Smith only took 5 days to make this delicious meal for her family. Don't you want to be just like Betty Smith? By the time you're done making your meal, the first main course is rotten. By the time you're done making your meal with all of this stuff that they're trying to do, because you already know electric to cook with, you got to sit there and babysit it. You remember back when we used to have a gas stove, you could turn the gas on. You know when you put it at a certain level, you know your pot, you know you got your cast iron pot if you're using a real pot. You know you got your pot. You know how everything is tempered, but you try to do that with some electric. Man, you got to really learn your electric range. I can't stand them. I cannot stand them. Okay? All right? But what's going to end up happening is you're going to have exactly a light bulb screwed in the back of the stove. And that's going to be what's going to cook it. People going to be thinking the light bulb is to see how the food look while they're cooking it. No, sir. That is cooking your food. And by the time you get to the last entree, all your food is spoiled. You're going to get to the last little side dish. Your whole entree is spoiled. Man, these people, and they're going to be sitting up there eating like out of whatchamafigum, that movie. The movie with Charlton Heston. One of my favorite movies. I keep forgetting what the name of it. From Fried Chicken to Frankenstein. What is the name of that movie? Soylent Green. Soylent Green. Look, they be talking about, what do they say? This delicious Soylent Green. It's absolutely wonderful. It has the algae and the algae from the sea. Get your nutrients today. And next thing you know, you see at the end, Charlton Heston is having a fit talk about Soylent Green is people. He telling everybody it's people. And on top of telling everybody it's people, what did they do before then? They had no vegetables, no fruit. Everybody wore the same thing. Everybody was poor and depleted. They were all working as a slave. It was exactly what we're going to right now today. That's exactly where they want to head it. So they want you and me out of here so that they can continue to massage the brain cells of those who don't understand the past. And see, that's the deal. It will take 5 days using an LED bulb in your oven to make dinner. Exactly. So they're going to say, don't worry, dinner takes too long. Here, in this wonderful little bitty package, all you would have to do is add a little bit of your own saliva and it will blow up the size of a Thanksgiving dinner just in this little package alone. How do we do it? Well, that technology is going to be hidden from you until, of course, you croak and then we have to put it on your death certificate. But in the interim, we're going to let you know that all you need to do is eat this and your whole entire family will be just fine. Man, these people are tripping. These people are tripping. And we better say something quick. We better say something. I'm telling you right now. They better keep that stuff. You remember that movie, OG? You remember that movie, OG? Yes, I did notice that some of the people were wearing masks in Soylent Green. Yes, I did. And what did he say? It was the masks, and then it was also the scoops. Do you remember the scoops for the people who did not act right? They would go down the street and just scoop them all up. Yeah, that's what they did. Mm-hmm. The pension funds are collapsing right now. Things are getting bad. Yeah, you know what? I'm going to tell you something, Christy. The pension funds are collapsing. All of the stuff that they're doing is collapsing, and it's okay. Because you know what? We already knew that this stuff was headed. Those are the kinds of things that you can't do anything about. You can't do anything about those. You can't. You can't. And that's the sad part. But what you can do is the things you can do something about, you can do those things. You can get together and do those things. And that's how we make stuff change, by dealing with the stuff in our local area. You can only live for today, right? You can only do for today what's in today. You can't worry about tomorrow today, but you can deal with today. And today, the issues that bug you in your life, you can handle those. You can call who you need to call. You can deal with it. And then tomorrow, you live that day at a time. And then the next day, you live that day at a time, right? And accumulatively, the things that you deal with over time will be for tomorrow. Does that make sense? The things that you deal with right now today will be for tomorrow, right? Yeah. So I just say I don't want no plastic. That you guys want us to, be concerned about this climate change stuff, then stop selling stuff in plastic. Yeah. Even the recycle bin is made of what? Oh, plastic. Plastic. You see what I'm saying? All right, you guys, I just wanted to make you happy and laugh for 1 hour this morning. 1 hour this morning, baby. I'm glad that you guys are all here. And you know what? I'm just happy that we made it through this last week, and that we're here this week, and that we're going to be here. We're here today for today. So we got to live for today, right? We can't be living for tomorrow and all that other stuff. We got to live for today. We have to wake up every day and thank our Father that we made it because somebody else didn't. So we're here. Find some reason to laugh. Find something to make you laugh. Rome USA says it's Bologna. It's B-O-L-O-G-N-A. B-O-L-O-G-N-A. My bologna has a second name. It's... Oh, I love to eat it every day. And if you ask me why, I'll say... 'Cause climate change is absolutely B-O-L-O-G-N-A. I like that one, Rome. Very good, very good. I'm glad you gave us that one. That was a good one. That was a good one. Have a wonderful day and a week. Yes. All right, and everybody else who knows that today is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we do the word Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So don't forget, on the Lockhart Perspective today, we are talking about the word. So you guys remember what we always say on any Lockhart Perspective publication, and that is, that man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceeds out of the mouth of the Most High Yah. You guys take care of yourselves and take care of one another. Until we see each other again, please continue to be blessed. To receive instant notification each time I upload, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification.
Helping you